And back with Marty now. Quinn Hughes is on his way to the Four Nations as an injury replacement for Charlie McAvoy, although he is not allowed to play unless another injury pops up. But Marty, how big could this be if the Americans find a way to insert Hughes into the lineup for this game on Thursday?
It'd be huge. Like, Quinn Hughes is one of the best defensemen in the National Hockey League, and he brings a ton of offense. In a game between Canada and USA, you always have to bring your best offensive effort in a game. So if Quinn Hughes gets to play, I think this is a major plus for Team USA. And I wouldn't be surprised. Look, we deal with cap circumvention and long-term injured reserve right in the National Hockey League. So these GMs and these, front office know how to handle the little in-between lines that you can bring in players. And I wouldn't be surprised if something happens between now and Thursday evening that we are going to see Quinn Hughes in the lineup. As of now, I think Team USA is going to prepare with their top six defensemen. But if something was to happen, and I put it in quotation, if, I think that it would be very, very easy to insert Quinn Hughes. Obviously, he's there, and it would be a huge advantage for Team USA.
And he's not the only member of the Vancouver Canucks making headlines right now. Elias Pettersson as well. His final game for Team Sweden, he had no goals, assists, points, shots, or hits in that game. He also played the least minutes of any forward on that team. Marty, you're in Pettersson's corner on this one. Why do you think the best course of action is to just take a deep breath and relax?
Take a deep breath and relax with Elias Pettersson, because we know that he's a quality player, and this was a short tournament. And I feel like Sweden wasn't coached as well as I would have hoped them to be. Look, they were only a point away from getting to the final game. They lost 2 overtime games, and it was really tight. But I look at Willie Nylander at 0 goals, Philip Forsberg at 0 points, Elias Lindholm at 0 points. So it wasn't just Elias Pettersson that did not perform. In game 1, a game that they had a power play late in the game against Canada, and then in overtime, one of their best offensive defensemen, Rasmus Dahlin, did not even see the ice on the power play or in overtime. So I'm looking at Team Sweden, where they put in the best situation, those top players, to perform. I didn't think we got the best out of Victor Hedman. Obviously, they had to play all 3 goaltenders because of illness and the situation. So I'm looking at it saying it probably wasn't all on Elias Pettersson. I don't think that Sweden was as prepared as the other teams heading into the tournament.
This is the first year of Pettersson's extension. He's making $11.6 million for this year and 7 more after that. Is there a path that Pettersson can live up to this contract?
Well, obviously, if you're making $11+ million a year, you're getting paid as a 40+ goal scorer. You're getting paid at a 100-point pace a year, right? Something that, well, not the 40 goals, but the 100 points, something that Pettersson has done before. So I think that we are very far from that type of performance from Elias Pettersson. There's going to need to be a major jump for him to get back to close to 40 goals, over 100 points. That's what you're paying him for. But let's see that Elias Pettersson is a 35 goal scorer per year and an 80 to 90 points a year. Are you comfortable with that? I would say yes. I would say maybe it's a tad overpaid, but with the cap going up and the production, a point-a-game player in the National Hockey League is still a very solid player in your roster. So I think that everybody's expecting Elias Pettersson to be 40 goals, 60+ assists, 100+ points. I think we're far from that, but I think we have to maybe realign our expectations and know that 30 to 35 goals and 70 to 85 points is what we're going to get out of Pettersson.
Well, Hughes, Pettersson, and the Canucks have a 3-point cushion in the West wildcard race. Both healthy and playing well would certainly help Vancouver lock down a spot in the playoffs. Marty Biron, thanks again.